Chaos, controversy, and career frustration, Darlington Raceway gave us all three in one explosive Sunday afternoon. The Goodyear 400 was supposed to be a classic grinded-out short-track battle. Instead, it turned into a heated debate over officiating that's still echoing days later. And it all centered around a single moment in Stage 2. One spin, one loose lug nut, one caution that came just a bit too late, and everything flipped. Let's break it down, because this wasn't just a minor blip in the race. This was a turning point with implications that could ripple across the rest of the season. Brad Keselowski spun. Simple as that. No contact, no wall, no chaos, just a solo spin. But what happened next is where things got complicated. NASCAR didn't throw the caution.
At Homestead, and oh, Brad Keselowski around halfway anyway.
Keep rolling, keep rolling.
No caution.
Over here off of 4, I don't know, possibly, I think he missed pit road.
Yeah, I think you're right.
Yep. Caution
Four tires.
does not wave.
Normally at a place like Darlington, that's an automatic yellow. Not this time. Instead, they waited until a rogue lug nut, yes, a literal single piece of hardware, ended up on the track. Only then did the yellow flag fly. But by then, pit stops were already underway. Teams were caught mid-cycle, strategies got shredded, and race plans went out the window. And depending on who you ask, that decision either saved or sank their day. Let's start with the winner, Denny Hamlin. He called it a perfect storm. He happened to pit at the right moment, got a lightning-fast stop, and suddenly jumped from running in the teens to contending for the win. On his podcast, Actions Detrimental, Hamlin explained it bluntly. That caution, it flipped the entire field. We executed, but let's be honest, the timing helped. And he's right. Strategy matters. But when it's affected by something as unpredictable as when race control decides to press the yellow button, it introduces a level of randomness that not every team can recover from. Now let's talk about Eric Jones. He was running third. That's not a typo. Third. Until that caution dropped just as he was entering pit road. It caught him at the worst possible time, essentially trapping him in no man's land. After the race, his frustration was obvious and raw. What are we doing, NASCAR? A car spins, we don't throw it. Then a lug nut rolls out, and suddenly it's a caution? How does that make sense? Jones ended the day in 17th, 14 spots down from where he was running before the chaos. For a mid-tier team like Legacy Motor Club, that's not just a lost finish, it's a lost opportunity to score big points, gain momentum, and keep sponsors happy. But the driver who sparked it all? Brad Keselowski, and he's not staying quiet either. He took to Twitter, well, X now, and vented saying, "It doesn't bother me when the yellow doesn't fly for me. It bothers me when it's not consistent. That's been the case too many times." That line struck a nerve with fans. And not just because Keselowski is a former champ. It's because he said what a lot of people are thinking. The rules aren't being applied evenly. If you've followed NASCAR for a while, you've seen this before. Inconsistent officiating isn't new, but it feels like it's getting more impactful. In a playoff format where every point matters and a single DNF can ruin a season, calls like these aren't just controversial, they're potentially championship-defining. One fan responded to Keselowski's tweet, "I was there in 2022 when you blew a tire, no yellow. 10 laps later, someone else does it, and they throw it instantly. It's infuriating." And there's the issue. It's not that NASCAR is making bad calls, it's that they're making different calls in similar situations, and that's a problem. Let's go deeper. Why didn't NASCAR throw the yellow for the spin? Some say it's a new philosophy, trying to let the race play out more naturally, avoid over-officiating. Let the drivers sort it out. But then, why throw it for the lug nut? If safety was the issue, shouldn't the spin have qualified? Especially when drivers were already on pit road. The lug nut itself is a symbol here. It's not about that tiny piece of metal. It's about the timing. That one decision reshaped the race. And let's not forget Keselowski's broader situation. His season's been a disaster so far. No wins, no top 10s. A car that's fast on long runs, but plagued with mechanical gremlins and bad luck.
Here's a look at it. Whoa, Zane Smith lucky to get by.
Mike Rudy Fugel, crew chief for William Byron, told me several weeks ago, we won the Daytona 500. We got a bigger playbook to work with. We've already got a win.
Good point. Caution.
At Darlington, the 6th team had a solid car until a pit stop went wrong. The right rear tire wasn't secured properly. The wheel nut came off. They lost multiple laps fixing it. Crew chief Jeremy Bullens summed it up. We had the speed, but one mistake took us out. And with the way cautions are going this year, you don't get second chances. And he's right. The margin for error is razor thin right now. The field is tighter than ever. One bad break, or one missed yellow, and you're buried. So what's NASCAR supposed to do? That's the million-dollar question. Do they stick with discretion-based calls, or move toward a more automated system? Some fans have floated the idea of an AI-assisted caution review panel, sensors, track cameras, real-time data, to reduce human error. It might sound far-fetched, but in a sport where hundreds of millions of dollars ride on fairness, transparency isn't optional, it's critical. What's more, drivers are starting to speak up in unison. Keselowski is just the loudest voice, but behind closed doors, you can bet more are talking. And when competitors start losing faith in the rulebook, that's when reputations and the integrity of the sport are truly at risk. Let's be clear, NASCAR's job isn't easy. Race control is chaotic. They're balancing safety, fairness, and the show. But when the calls start to feel inconsistent, it creates a dangerous gray area. And the gray area? That's where fans start tuning out. So what now? The drivers head to the next race carrying more than just their helmets. They're carrying frustration. Denny Hamlin, for now, is flying high. Eric Jones is still wondering what could have been. And Keselowski? He's watching the officiating like a hawk, waiting for the next moment where the yellow flag changes everything. The Goodyear 400 wasn't just a race. It was a warning shot. And if NASCAR doesn't address this soon, the next controversy won't just be about a lug nut, it could be about a championship. So what do you think? Was the call fair? Does NASCAR need a rule overhaul? Or is this just the chaos we sign up for as race fans? Let us know in the comments. Smash that like button if you think NASCAR needs more consistency, and don't forget to subscribe for more real talk on all things Cup Series. We'll see you at the next track, and maybe, just maybe, with a little less drama from the control tower.